When Democrats take the House in January, they're going to have a lot of control over committees, over investigations, and over what bills get a vote on the floor. But one bipartisan group in Congress is seeking to change that last part. The House Problem Solvers Caucus wants any bill that meets new requirements to get the chance at a floor vote. Congressman Dan Lipinski and a handful of fellow Democrats just negotiated a deal with likely Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, to do just that.
More and more power has gone to the top, has gone to the Speaker. This is the first time in 4 decades, really, you see power coming back down to the members.
Democrats walked away with a handful of rules changes that members hope will get them off on the right foot next Congress.
Kudos to not only my Democratic colleagues on the Problem Solvers Caucus, but also to Nancy Pelosi to negotiate something which is not about an individual agenda. This is about an agenda that's better for the House of Representatives.
Among the changes, timely votes for bills with support from at least 2/3 of the House and guaranteed votes on amendments with at least 20 Democratic and 20 Republican co-sponsors. Still, both Lipinski and Republican Congressman Tom Reed are skeptical about some ambiguous parts of the deal.
There is some wiggle room in there that I can see that the leadership on the Democratic side tried to retain.
What we're going to have to do is make sure that the new Speaker lives up to the rules.
They're also trying to take the backroom deals out of D.C.
You see the shenanigans. I can tell you member after member who's come up and said, oh, you know, I co-sponsored that bill, but boy, I never want to vote on it. And they play the games of D.C. And that has to stop. When you put your name on something, it should mean something.
In a time when partisanship and divisive politics rule, both men tell me they have similar priorities they believe they can work together on, including infrastructure, drug costs, and health care reform.
We could yell at each other all day long. We could us versus them type of mentality. But if you don't come together, then you don't actually solve problems.
The 48-member caucus, which has only existed since 2017, has yet to have a true hand in passing a bill.
It's definitely a goal for us to have some real accomplishments.
Lipinski says he hopes the next Congress is reflective of the last time Nancy Pelosi was Speaker during divided government.
We actually got a lot done in those 2 years, and Nancy Pelosi was Speaker at the time, and I just complimented her the other day that how she worked with George W. Bush on things that we can get bipartisan agreement on, and there were good, important things that we got done.
Those members hope these signs of good faith will allow more bipartisan work to get passed through the House, to the Senate, and onto the president's desk for the American people.